Says eyes live. Hey, that means we're live. Hello. Hello. What's going on, everybody? Hello, I'm new to the podcast. It's here. I'm Delvin. Miss Lisa J is over there. Big Sir is over here. Let me make sure I can get them all. Okay, first of all, I'm doing some work with the cameras. Miss Lisa J, there she is. She's right there, Miss Lisa J. Big Sir Steven is right there.
Yeah, yes.
Which means that we're all here and we're unmuted the podcast. Hello, everybody. Have you missed us?
I missed us.
Yeah.
I mean, life.
It's always
been
so.
lifing, as they say.
Hard
Always
lifing. Life is doing its best to life us. But before we get started, I just want to let everybody know that Unmuted the Podcast is sponsored.
Yeah.
Sponsored by
expresspros.com. That's right. Let expresspros.com. Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about posting jobs. Sifting through resumes and interviews with unqualified applicants. Do you know about unqualified applicants? Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's expresspros.com.
Express Pros. What now?
expresspros.com.
Period.
So everybody, hi. This is Unmuted the Podcast. I'm Delvin, Lisa J, Big Sir Steven here. Stuff has been going on since we've been gone.
Man.
Can we check in with what's been going on throughout the world?
Man.
We can let's start with the fun stuff first.
Fun stuff first.
Okay.
Wait, do we have something fun?
Oh,
Everything's
we
been so
sneak some
heavy.
I know, right?
And just dumb.
Yeah.
We don't want to go with heavy or dumb
Please.
off the top.
Okay.
Let's start with Usher and the Super Bowl
That
performance. That was
a great performance.
It was.
I was tired.
Why were you tired?
He did
He
so
did
many
everything.
things. Literally, he did everything except bake a cake while he was.
He may have one backstage.
Right.
Well, he probably did, but you know what? He could eat a cake because the roller skates.
Man.
That was
He will burn it
insane.
off with the roller skates. Did you know that there was a Chicago person on stage?
One of the skaters?
One of the skaters.
Nice. Okay.
Was from Chicago, went to Kenwood High School.
Awesome.
Ooh.
And she was performing on stage with Usher. That is really good.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And let's give it up for the Kappas that were on there as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shimmying all over the place. I was getting ready to get up in it, throwing shoulders and everything. I was getting ready to get down there, but then I couldn't get back up. That's the problem. I couldn't get back up. So once you get down low, you got to pop it back up.
You got to get it back up.
So I couldn't do that. So but the performance. What do you think about the performance?
I thought he brought all the high energy. I thought it was a great time for him to drop his tour tickets the next couple of days because everybody was so excited from the Super Bowl performance that they're like, hey, maybe I can finagle my rent this month and get these tickets. And how about them tickets sold out already? I looked, and all they have now is that verified reseller tickets that are like almost double the price.
But then they add an extra show. They started with 2, and now
they have 3, and they all gone.
Wow.
You can still get
resale,
tickets, but you can get the
pay.
resale tickets, and you're gonna pay for those considerably.
Well, I won't be going to that show then. I guess
I would not mind seeing Usher. And you know what? I never felt like that about him until seeing the performance. I'm like, he is really good entertainment.
The Vegas show, we went down in October for the show. The second to last show, as a matter of fact. And man, the dude, he just
killed it.
Anything that could be done, he did it. When the stripper pose came out, good.
Damn, stripper
Gosh,
pose?
I might know. Listen,
was it women on the pose?
Was it women on the pose?
Oh wow!
I
guess it was women on the pose.
The women's was on the pose.
This was in Vegas, right?
This is Vegas. This is at the Park MGM. And
was it the park?
Yeah,
he was at Park.
It was the Park MGM. That's what his residency was. Yeah, and man, it was awesome. From the beginning.
And that's all I've been hearing. That's why I'm like, okay, I'll go see him.
You really forget, because I remember when the verses, during the pandemic, it was like, but does he have the hits? Do he have the
Does
hits?
he have the hits? Yeah.
And I think that's why because some of the feedback I got from the halftime performance was the songs were too short. Well, he had to let y'all know what he has, and he only had 13 minutes, a little over 13 minutes to do that.
You know, they extended it 2 more minutes.
Really?
Yeah, they extended it.
I didn't know that either.
They extended him 2 more minutes, which has never been done.
Wow.
They gave him 2 more minutes to do his show.
Do you think they might have gave him that extra time because he was holding on to Alicia Keys for so long? And that took up some time.
Hilarious.
Well. You know, America did lose their mind.
Yeah.
When that whole cuddle part happened.
And you know, he did that purposely. That was just to mess with everybody.
But it messed up everybody's mind except Swiss Beats.
Except Swiss Beats. And
Swiss was like, y'all are focusing on the wrong thing.
Exactly.
And he's up there, mind you, Usher is up there holding on to Alicia Keys, and he just got married the day before.
Got married, and I bet you his wife hates it.
And his wife
raise your hands if you knew that Usher got married.
Listen, we did not. I think they put out like what the morning of the Super Bowl that he applied for a marriage license.
Yep.
And so
nobody knew. But everybody went ham on the fact that he's snuggling up with Alicia. But can we be honest? Mm-hmm. Alicia didn't start off great.
Hey, but you wouldn't know because I'm gonna tell you one thing.
When she stood up, when she stood up, I was like, I don't care what note comes out of her.
You like, is she singing?
When did this happen? Where did this come from?
I'm like, she been doing squats. Something happening in the gym.
But another thing, if you go on to look at the replay, that's been edited out.
It has.
You're not going to find that note.
And that's why I recorded it.
Okay.
So I could always keep that. She started off like me. She started off like me, and that's why I could really appeal to her singing because when she started off with that. Whatever that note was that she hit.
Yeah, whatever.
The mic is on. Okay.
She was like, okay, let me go ahead and straighten up and get this thing together. Right. And she killed it. She did her part.
She did. But everybody got so butthurt in the meantime. It's like, why are y'all mad? This is a performance. Are they supposed to just stand side by side and rock while they singing My Boo? They gonna give us like entertainment.
It wasn't the end of the song. He hugged her from behind. I mean, it was
But
entertainers entertaining.
But let me say this.
Yes.
They did it live.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to give them credit for that.
Definitely.
Because a lot of people would have been good with the tracks and just giving them whatever. But they did it live.
Yeah.
And she does not get enough credit, or they don't get enough credit for that. But even before she came out, her came out.
Man.
Her came out.
She killed it as well.
Blazed so bad. I was sitting there and I was like, who is that? I would have to get, and you know, I love her. Mm-hmm. I loved her since she started with her title track, Her, and the Blue album. I was loving her back then, even before then. Mm-hmm. And I always said that she would get a Grammy one day. Mm-hmm. And then the next year she got 2.
Really?
But she came out there and she completely blazed it.
She's so talented
with that guitar solo, and I was done after that.
Oh,
I was done after that. So for her, okay, so let's call the roll. Okay, her, Alicia, Lil Jon,
JD.
Oh my God,
we're gonna get to Jermaine.
Boss Baby.
Yeah. We're gonna get to Boss Baby in a second here, but
Luda, will.i.am.
Yes, and nobody knew will.i.am was there.
Right.
I thought that was Kanye. Right?
I thought so too.
Wow. I probably
Kanye.
Still thought it was Kanye. It's not.
It was because of the
head.
What was it? A ski goggles?
I have no idea.
What was that he had on his?
Weird.
I think they were forming Voltron. I'm not sure.
So he was on there. Who else is up there?
And then, although not there in their body, there was if you didn't, some may have noticed there was a second drum set up there.
Yes.
And that was for his drummer who passed, Aaron Spears.
Yes.
So there were 2 drum sets. Yeah.
Aaron Spears, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I
thought that was awesome.
He has so many symbolisms.
Oh man!
During his show,
come on, we saw
MJ with the one glove.
Yeah.
He had Marvin Gaye.
Definitely saw the Marvin Gaye. Yeah.
He had Marvin. He had the whole thing was. He went back. It was clever. The whole thing was cleverly done.
Yeah.
And I don't think that nobody can. If you get a chance to look back at it, you'll see all of this stuff. But for this to be 13 minutes. 15 minutes.
15.
For this to be 15 minutes, he had to compile all of this in here. So when people were saying, well, the song, he didn't do it long enough. You got 15 minutes to do this. And he has so many.
And he's been performing since when?
Man.
Okay. So
I actually had to think about that.
All the years combined in 15 minutes. Come on.
You gotta give him credit for what he did.
I don't know. Did you peep the lights turn purple with her when she came up there to get the Prince? So
yes.
That whole thing, I'm telling you, and what I thought about when she did the solo part on Let It Burn, when she did the change in that it was so clever.
It was.
I just love the fact the whole thing was just done so cleverly.
Yeah, definitely.
And I can't give them enough credit for that. But now
that's why they get the big bucks, I guess.
No, they didn't get the big bucks at all for that.
No, they didn't get no
True.
They didn't get no money for that show. But we do have to talk about the good, now we got to talk about the bad. Okay. So with Jermaine Dupri getting on there,
baby,
how did Jermaine come out there with Bobby socks?
And I don't care if they Louis Vuitton or I don't
Louis
care
Vuitton.
I don't care. It looked like it was made by kangaroos.
He said, y'all got me messed up.
That coin pocket on the side.
As foolish as he looked, he said, y'all got me messed up. Do y'all know these Louis Vuitton socks?
A good goddamn. I thought those were kids. When he showed the close-up of the side, I thought it was toddler feet, first of all.
It looked like a booty, like a little baby booty. I was like, Jermaine, that's not helping your case, bro.
Can we go into the fact that first I thought that it was CeeLo first.
I saw people saying that in the comments.
I thought it was CeeLo.
It was hilarious.
Because the only way I know that it's CeeLo is by looking at his hands. Yeah. And
those little
CeeLo don't give you a high five, he give you a high 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it wasn't CeeLo, it was Jermaine. But
we don't know why it was Jermaine. Like why? Who dressed him? Who styled him? Well, did he branch out on his own and say, you know what? I'm not going to use you guys this year.
I'm going to wear.
I got a vision.
A vision.
I'm doing me.
And if you don't like it, go to Louis Vuitton and tell
We didn't like it, Jay. We didn't like it.
But all of it, he represented Atlanta at the end with the A-Town stomp, which almost took the stage down.
Yeah.
By the way. That stage, I was like,
we were all nervous.
Wait a minute, stop stomping. Stop with the stomping. You can't do this. People checking in. First off, still Bill Roberts checking in. Delvin, who's the beautiful lady with the head full of wisdom? That would be her right there. That's Miss Lisa J.
Hey.
So now Jeff the Ellis is checking in. Hilarious. I'm telling you, it was, to me, ranking them. Did they do better than Snoop, Dre, and Mary J?
Oh, wow.
Man.
I'm not asking if he did better than Prince or Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we can't.
And we're not gonna put him in that category.
Right.
But just based on the ones that have been, was it a better show than Snoop, Dre, and Mary J?
You know what? I would like to say that every year it gets better. And I feel like it's 2 different categories of music. You know, it's you had them collectively, Dr. Dre, Mary J, Snoop. So
that was a lineup though.
That was a
lineup
whole
ridiculous.
lineup. And it was, what was it for? It wasn't for either one of their particular labels. It was just them performing together.
West Coast.
West Coast. Okay. But Mary's East. So, well, anyway, it was a great show.
It was.
Usher did his thing. He brought out, who he wanted to bring out, his guests and everything. And it was a great show. Yeah. I think it was a better show because it was the most recent show that we have to go on. Yeah. And if it was bad, we'd have been like, nah, he could have did. Nobody has said anything bad about this set. Yeah. I have not heard anything other than the people talking about the Alicia thing, but that's a whole moot point. But no, he did his thing.
Well, JDI says that it's in the top 10. Dre's show is over Mary J. I mean, Dre is over Usher, but they did a West Coast show. Mm-hmm. Dre, Snoop, Mary J, Eminem. Mm-hmm. They did a West Coast show. Usher had everybody on there, and I think it was more of a South show.
Okay,
definitely.
Because you can hear the vibe from that, and especially when you get Jermaine out there.
Yeah,
you get Jermaine out there. It's going to be a Atlanta stand-up type
of
show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I get it, but if I was going to say who was better than the other, the cultures are different. I gotta give it to Usher. I gotta give it to Usher.
Okay.
And I love Snoop and Dre. I love the music.
It was nostalgic. That the West Coast thing, because we got to go back to
Did Rage come out too? Rage, Lady Rage. Come out? I don't know. I might be making that up.
I know Eminem. We had Eminem.
Yeah.
It was, but Usher brought so many elements.
Yeah, he did.
And for the people that didn't come on there, that were there, Beyonce was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Justin Bieber was there.
Mm-hmm.
And what song did they do?
Who?
Justin and Usher, because they were saying, why not have?
No, didn't he say he didn't want to do it? Justin Bieber.
I don't know if he said he was. All I know was that he was there, and he was like, I would support him, but I don't want to go. I don't want to
perform.
I don't want to perform like that. So he was just there in some seats that nobody would have knew that he was there. But Beyonce had her suite there. And was she drinking a Bud Light, by the way?
That's what the pictures show.
It looked like she was getting ready to take a Bud Light to the head.
It was a light.
She's a little bit of country. She's a little rock and roll right now. So
and that's the other part too. Did she upset the cart by going on there and making her country music debut during the Super Bowl
with Taylor Swift? The Super Bowl with Taylor Swift.
Was it? I would have been okay. You know how I feel about Taylor Swift.
Wait. I kind of forgot, Delvin. Please tell me how you feel.
If I had to really think about it, I could not care less. I could not give one single solitary one minutia of because the show is sponsored by so many other people.
I'm glad you said something, because I was about to let it ride.
I don't want to do that.
I was about to let it ride.
Unmuted is sponsored by Mattress Firm, ladies and gentlemen. Mattress Firm dive into hibernation mode with a huge deal on deeper sleep during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Shop now to save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and receive a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Plus, get free and fast delivery to your door. Restrictions apply. See how I did that?
That was great. Now I have a question.
Yes.
Does sponsorship mean censorship? Because we can't truly be unmuted.
We can't be unmuted if we
won't allow them to mute us.
It will not happen.
Start singing Jennifer Holiday.
It will not happen on It will not happen on this show, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care, because I cannot give one single solitary.
Say it, Delvin.
I can't give one single solitary fuck. if Taylor Swift is ever in a commercial, I could care less. I don't care. She could be the last person standing in the Super Bowl. I would not watch it. Because they went to her because they took away from the moment of the Super Bowl when the catch was made during overtime to end the game. Yeah. They went straight to Taylor Swift and her celebrating when you really couldn't even see her because she was mobbed by people. Right. I was like, why?
And how the hell Ice Spice get up there?
Oh yeah, that's another question.
Ice Spice and the other lady that was next to her is an actress, I believe. I can't think of her name because we looked her up because I'm like, I know her from somewhere. Okay. But yeah, Ice Spice,
she just jumped right on in hey.
I feel like she Lil Mama her way into that. I kind of feel like she did because it was such a weird combination. Like, what?
Yeah.
But this whole relationship is a weird combination, so we just gonna leave that.
Somebody posted, they said, gun to your head, name 3 Taylor Swift songs. I said, just shoot me something. Don't shoot me real hard.
Don't shoot you real hard.
Please.
Because you can't do it. I literally can't think of one.
No, I really can't. I don't know if there was. I can't name one. I can't name one. Maybe that's why I shouldn't be concerned, so concerned about Taylor, because her music has not impacted me in any way.
It has not.
One shape.
And you know what? Again, here I go. And we didn't discuss this. Spoke about her before. Trying to be my good friend now. Candace Owens just keeps dropping the realness.
Well, I refuse to watch anything that makes sense for her.
She just really went in on Taylor Swift this week.
I have a question.
Yes.
How is Candace Owens your good friend?
Because she's coming with the realness. And it might not be, popular opinion. And I hate when I agree with her because I'm like, I hate her so much.
Yeah. I won't allow it.
I'm agreeing with her now, though. Some of the things.
Based on what?
Her opinion of Taylor Swift. What she just spoke on this week was saying how Taylor Swift is using her, feminine energy or her feminine persuasion to control the minds of young white girls that enjoy her music. Like she's trying to destroy certain people, John Mayer being one of them, and whoever the guy was that bought her catalog, and she claims she didn't know, and her dad is on the board. Like she tried to play in everybody's faces and like, I didn't know my catalog was up for sale. I didn't know he was buying. And Candace like, how didn't you know when your dad is right there having to sign off on this stuff?
Wow.
And so what she did was went in and re-recorded all of those songs and changed them a little bit so she could have.
Can't be. Oh, okay. All right.
So she's like, being really manipulative and behind this, I'm so white, I'm so fresh, I'm so innocent, persona, and I'm pure, but she's really like a little demon child. That's what Candace said. And I'm like, I didn't even know all of that about her, but just because Candace was speaking about it and she said it with her chest, and she didn't care about who didn't like it. I was like, okay, Candace, you trying to come to the barbecue, ain't you?
Right. She's trying to get an invitation.
She's trying to get an invitation back. So.
She can't even go to her own family reunion.
Well, if Candace is going to be talking like this, maybe I need to have her to be my new best friend too.
See? I want her to keep on keeping on. Well, for now, I'm ready when she right.
She gonna do some shit.
She always, yeah.
You already know.
But she's been on the road lately, so we just gonna...
Well, okay. Candace, keep it coming.
Keep it coming, sis.
Keep it coming. The next thing we really have to talk about, probably the now we talked about the fun.
The fun, yes.
Now let's get to the
bullshit.
Pretty much.
Can I say that?
You can.
All right.
Because again, we're not muted.
All right.
In any way.
Well, wait 1 second. While we're still, is it regarding Super Bowl?
No, go ahead.
Okay, while we're still on the Super Bowl, before we close that out, rest in peace to the person that lost their life at the Chiefs celebration.
Oh yeah, was it the parade? Or?
It was their welcome parade and everything, and that was senseless violence. They said last I read, it was 22 people that had been shot, and one actually lost their life. Yeah, and
it wasn't like police or anything that tackled the shooter. It was
like the crowd. Yeah, they
held him down.
Mm-hmm. So
the unfortunate part about that is the woman who lost her life
Mhm.
was a radio DJ.
Oh wow! I
Really?
did read that. I
Yeah.
did read that. She was
Wow.
in, yeah.
And she was there. She wasn't there to cover the game. I mean, to cover the parade. She was there as a fan.
Yeah.
But she's a local DJ there,
Oh.
and she lost her life. Senseless. All of this to come up over an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what's done.
That's what it was. It was over an argument over what we don't know.
We don't know.
But Kansas City has stepped up. The Chiefs have started a fund.
Mm-hmm.
They've collected $600,000 from people just wanting to say we're KC strong. And Jason Kelsey has donated $100,000 to 2 of the children who got shot to cover their medical bills. So good measures overall. Patrick Mahomes has been in the hospital checking on everyone.
Okay.
Him and his wife have been checking on everyone. So you got to give it up to them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Kansas City is doing what they're supposed
Your
to.
homegirl donated money too. Just throwing that out there.
Who was doing that?
Your homegirl Taylor. She dedicated like 100,000 too.
Well, she got to.
Why she got to?
She won the Super Bowl. She got it. She better get something. Shit.
Do we have to mention her though?
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
No more.
Because you know how I feel about
I
this
know.
mess. So now on to we just got that. So speaking of shootings, let's talk about it. Joel Osteen's church.
That was crazy.
Man.
How do you go to church? A Spanish, what is that? A Spanish interpretation.
They were going into the
Spanish speaking service.
And you come in there with a rifle.
Yeah.
First of all,
didn't she have another gun as well? I believe she had another gun.
I'm not sure.
I think they said that.
How do you go to church with this? This just set up so many alarms for me because I remember now we are members of a church that at the time they would have you go through metal detectors.
Sure did.
Each person would have to go through metal detectors in order to go into the facility.
Yep.
And we're going back to that time now that we may have to think about doing that again. I don't necessarily feel safe.
Yeah.
I don't know who's carrying the gun. I don't know. Exactly. I don't know who it is. Even when it comes to security now at the church that we all are members of, they all don't carry guns. There are only a couple people that carry, although they all can, because they're all licensed to carry, but they all don't. And that just confuses me because of a church this size.
Yeah.
How do you not have everyone carrying that's supposed to be?
Exactly.
If they legally can, why don't they? And you have to wait for the police to come and shoot and kill somebody. Not the church security, not the people that are there. And this was in Houston. Everybody carrying in Houston.
Literally.
How I pick up a Bible, I pick up my 45. How do you not in Texas carry a gun into a church? There's no way that you can even have service without thinking about that situation.
Right.
So I'm nervous when it comes to knowing who's next to me that may have had a bad week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That may not agree with what the preacher is saying. That can have free reign to walk up. People can just walk up.
Oh, absolutely.
And they don't get tackled or nothing.
It's the element of surprise too, because you're not expecting that.
Exactly.
And then,
Who's expecting that in the church?
Because you can see by the video that was released of the hallway, the people standing in the hallway, you heard bang, 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 bang. And it's like, because you're not expecting it, so disconnected from a shooter being in church. And so then some more shots came out, and that's when somebody's like, hey, something ain't right. Exactly. Let me start moving this way. Yeah. That was crazy to watch. And it's sad. It's so sad. So the 7-year-old boy, he's still alive. Is that what they're saying?
Still in critical condition. He's lost part of his frontal lobe. Yeah. Yeah.
For what I don't understand, there are several things I don't understand here. The one I don't understand the most is how can this woman, because it was a woman, how do you bring your child to this and the child stays next to you all during this? And then the police come and the child gets hit in the crossfire because there's a child there, we gotta stop or whatever,
right?
Because she's still shooting with the child next to her. So in essence, the child is the shield.
Exactly.
Because who in their right mind will want to shoot at her with the child right there in front? But the cops, they didn't care.
They don't care.
She got to go down, which meant that the child had to go down. And it's sad overall because it didn't have to happen. And there's so many questions.
There's so many questions because we still don't know the why. Like what triggered her to do this on this particular Sunday at this particular time. I've read rumors.
What did she have on it? Something about Al Qaeda on the gun or something like
about
that?
Yeah, she had the Palestinian flag
on the gun. Yeah.
And so now people are putting it to that, which makes no sense at all. But
yeah.
So many damn questions, and that I don't understand how she gets into the church with this. Because and I'll tell you this: there was a time when I was default working security for the church, not for the church, but I was working for the church. And this is the time when we was at the University of Illinois, at the Forum.
Okay.
And when you're carrying a gun, you walk differently. You can tell if you have a gun if somebody has a gun just based on how they walk. So this person was walking like he had a gun. And so I asked him, I stopped him, I was like, so you gonna keep that gun on you? You gonna come up in here with it? I don't go nowhere without it. And he just said, if you want me to leave, I'll leave, but I'm not going to surrender my firearm. I'm not gonna put it in the car. I'm gonna come in here for service. It was at that point where I sat down with some people at the people who at that time, the people who had guns, security who was armed. I went to them. This person's holding, and you might want to step to him. Okay, I let them handle it.
Right.
Okay, because I didn't have a gun.
Right.
Okay, I'm not going to get in the middle of that.
Right.
Okay, but the people who did have weapons, I let them handle that. So they stopped him, they knew who he was. I pointed out. They stopped him, and they had that conversation. Okay. However, they handled it. Right. Whether he came in there with it or they just sat next to him or whatever. I was not going to get in the middle of it. I just recognized how that looked, and I didn't want to be a part of that. I didn't want a weapon coming in the church,
right?
Because I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't know you. You could have the worst day of your life.
Hello.
And just decide to come up there and just start, letting things fly. I don't want that for my church. I don't want that for my pastor. So it just sets the wrong tone.
Yeah.
And so if churches don't deal with this, if people do not step up and say we need to tighten our security, we can't have our people out here all out in the public like this. You got to do your job.
Yeah.
You got to tighten this thing up because I know that's exactly what's going on over there now in Houston.
Yeah.
That they had to tighten this thing up. So,
and it should always be a thought, regardless. I mean, like every year, at least 2 church shootings end up being like mass shootings, and regardless of what the backstory may be, it's like you should have somebody in your church armed and ready for situations like just off the pass.
It's a damn shame that we have gotten to this point.
It is.
That the amount of how many can somebody find out how many mass shootings there have been just this year. We're into February.
2024?
In 2024, how many mass shootings there have been in 2024? And I promise you, it's going to blow your mind. I forget what it is, and I don't want to misquote when we get to this number. But we've gotten to this point as a society, and we're so deadened by it that we don't do anything about it.
You know, I'm hoping this is wrong. Wow.
It's got to be wrong.
This got to be wrong.
In 2024?
Yeah.
Almost 5,000
5,000?
people have died in U.S. gun violence so far.
Crazy.
So far. And this is February.
Come on.
That is, I thought that was right.
As of February
That's
15th,
crazy.
at least 4,994 people have died from gun violence in the U.S. this year. It's averaging about 108 deaths a day. That's crazy. And this is from ABC News.
Yeah. See? I didn't think that we're so deadened by it.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
This thing is so we don't know we don't know how many lives have gone by. 5,000 lives have gone, and we don't even care.
Mm-hmm.
We keep blaming Congress. Congress keeps blaming
They're just
the
pushing
people,
it on.
and nobody's blaming the gun industry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
None of this is going on. But in the meantime, more people are dying. More people are dying. And if I could go to my favorite website, of heyjackass.com, if I could go there real quick. Hold on one second, because I can give you.
Take your time.
I'm gonna give you this. This thing is so completely funny. Hey, Jackass. Yeah, there it is. Chicago Crime, Murder, and Mayhem, right there. There's a clock over here somewhere. That's what I want to find. Yeah, here we go. In 2024, in the city of Chicago, a person is shot every 4 minutes and 51 seconds.
Wow.
A person is murdered in the city of Chicago every 23 hours and 30 minutes. Every 23 hours, a person is killed by a gunshot.
That's crazy. It actually seems like a long time.
I wish I would have dove deeper into. I saw like on the news. Did you see this? There's some shooter program that they have that tracks.
Oh, the spot shotter.
Spot shotter.
Oh my God.
Eagle Eye Junior is what it looks like.
Yeah. Spot shotter is, and I just got off the phone with some people. What was that, Friday, talking about spot shotter. Spot shotter again has been extended through September.
Yeah.
The mayor shut it down. He didn't want to renew the contract that was supposed to end in September. But spot shotters, like, if you're not going to renew, we're going to kill this thing like this weekend. And so they negotiated to keep it going until September.
He really thought ending it was a good idea.
Well, he thought that the numbers did not justify. It was more people police were being sent out on chases on shots that never happened. And it really depleted the police, because every time the shots were registered, cops went out and there was nothing there. Or it was erroneous. So they wanted to do without it. They figured that it could be a better way to have those resources.
Yeah, spend the money.
But Brandon Johnson only did what all the other mayors before him wouldn't do. They knew that it was erroneous. They knew that it was bringing unjustified searches, and it was typecasting African Americans and Hispanics more than anything. So there could have been a better way. They just didn't want to bow down to that pressure. They didn't want to be the one to pull that trigger, so to speak. So because he did it, now everybody's on him. But still, what's the answer? What's the alternative? What's the alternative to this? Because if it's not ShotSpotter, something's got to happen.
Yeah.
And I will always say this: New York City, for some strange reason, if there's a shot thrown in New York City, there is a cop there in a minute.
That's good.
In a minute. You want to, because there are so many cameras throughout the New York City, you can't hide from this.
Okay.
Their cameras are far. It's like we have like those camcorder cameras, and they got these doggone PTZ cameras.
Okay.
That can high def and just zoom in and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
They can do that there.
We saw that when the Jonathan Majors thing, when he was running through the city. The quality of their cameras.
And you saw how and did you see how that camera followed him?
It did, yes.
So they got that. So they're detectives, they're police, they're going to find you. Their arrest rate is better, infinitely better than Chicago because of that. If you want to start somewhere, start there.
Yeah.
Have these cameras out there that will find these individuals.
That's true.
Other than that, we're going to have problems with this system. It's not going to work. So, Chicago cameras, that would be a place to do it. But ShotSpotter, I was talking to the people about ShotSpotter, and they were saying that all the politicians know that ShotSpotter doesn't work. They all know. But you got people in certain areas, and aldermen in certain wards that are saying privately, they're saying ShotSpotter is the wrong thing, but publicly they're saying, well, what are you going to put in this place, and how are you going to leave my community out there with nothing?
Right.
But publicly, but privately, they're saying we got to get rid of this.
Exactly.
This is a bad. This is not a good thing because it's racially stereotyping and having people thinking that we are not in the best the best way that we can take care of ourselves. But you're two-faced. On the other side,
right?
You're saying
absolutely.
Okay, ShotSpotter is the worst thing that can ever happen, and we're wasting our money and our time for this. But how are you gonna let ShotSpotter go?
Right.
So those are our politicians, ladies and gentlemen.
Always Chicago history.
I hate it. Now, the last thing, well, not the last thing, because I don't know how much time we got. Oh, we don't have that much time.
Have another sponsor?
See, we got the sponsors.
I'm so glad you
today.
Said
Come on, sponsorship.
As sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Oh yeah, today's Unmuted the Podcast episode 4, by the way, season 2, episode 4 of Unmuted the Podcast, brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health. Okay, see, we wish you an chew. Tis the season to avoid the sneezing. You see how I did that? Tis the season to avoid the sneezing.
Yes.
Protect yourself from this season's triple threat of guess what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you can't guess what it is.
The sneezing?
The triple threat that we have. COVID,
flu,
RSV,
and RSV.
And RSV. Those are the 3 triple threats. The vaccines are available now. So talk to your doctor today and get protected. Quit playing. If you ain't vaccinated by now, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Get protected today. This message brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health.
Come on, state.
See, come on. we can get state money.
Our sponsor's better than yours.
How about that, huh? Now, can we get back to this thing here? Because there's a story, Lisa, about the waxing story.
Yeah. We can call this excuse me, we can call this segment what irritated you this week. Jackass of the week.
This is by
dumb
far
person of the week. However you want to put it.
I don't know how it even got this far to being a story, but let's go.
Yeah, so I'm sure many of you were scrolling and came past this post with a mother, Black entrepreneur, basically bragging in her caption stating, when I tell you I'm giving out deeds and LLCs, that's what I mean. And she says that to say that she's passing on businesses to her children and things like that. She's setting them up to have a better future. But one of the businesses that she's speaking of is like esthetician services where she's offering waxing to women, the Brazilian wax, that's your cuckoo area.
Yeah.
And so she's got a little girl that's easily no older than 7.
Yeah.
Down there in betwixt these women's legs, waxing on and waxing off.
Wait a second.
Grown women.
Yes.
You walk into your, let me set it up for you.
No, please.
Let me set it up for you.
Please.
You like, oh, this bush is getting out of control. Let me go see my girl over here. And so you get there, you go see your girl. She's like, hey, come on in. Thanks for coming. Go ahead, make yourself comfortable. Put this towel over you, and I'll be right back in the room. You get up there, you take your stuff off, you sit on the table, you waiting, got your towel over you. You already spread eagle. Let's get to it. In walks a 6-year-old. Talk about, hey, my mama said,
Here come Lily.
Right.
Talk about just relax. My mama showed me how to do this. You gonna open your legs up for a kid? Or are you gonna be like, little girl, go get your mama? I'm sure the mama was right there, overseeing everything. But the fact is, you got a child, a little girl, like being influenced in this way. Literally, a story broke one day, next day, another story. CPS has been notified.
Right.
Mom has been, I don't know if they arrested her or what they did. Let me find that out for sure.
Can I just say something while you were looking for that?
Mm-hmm.
How does Lily go into somebody's room? Now, there's 2 people that I blame, one more than the other. I blame Lily's mama,
Mm-hmm.
and I blame the full-ass grown adults.
Women that's
right,
letting
right,
who
right.
are letting Lily come in there and take a yank.
And if you saw the post, the little girl's face is like right there in the cooch.
Wait. There's a post.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I
where
sent it. It's in the unmuted chat on IG. Yeah.
Find this in the post.
Man,
Yes.
listen.
She's there waxing everything. Like she was very hands-on. And her mom's bragging, talking about she made $724 or something like that today. And I'm, putting it in her little account, all that stuff. But yeah, it was a literally a grand opening, grand closing, because it says the Memphis Police and the Child Protective Services officially investigating mother who allowed her young daughter to give Brazilian waxes. Talking about she helped with 24 clients.
I'm sorry. Maybe I misunderstood. How old is she? 6?
She's no more than 7.
7. Okay, let's call her 7.
Yeah.
How does a 7-year-old? I'm going to show you. How do you practice?
How do you practice?
How does she practice this? Does the mom say, yank this here? She puts the wax on her. You're gonna work on me today. Lily. This is sickening. Lily, you're gonna work on me today. I want you to learn how to do this here. So we're gonna wax this here. We're gonna pat this here. We're gonna leave this on here. I'm gonna need you to yank this. Whatever you hear, I need you to continue to pull. Don't ask me, am I okay?
Right.
Don't look at me with tears in my eyes. Don't look at the tears that I have.
It's disgusting.
I just need you to practice this. How does Lily have enough strength
to pull that stuff? That's another thing I thought about, because you got to be quick and strong when it comes to pull that. Don't want no little fingers down there pick. I'd be ready to kick that little girl in her face. But my thing is, wow, I mean, it's so much more she could have did. She couldn't start by sweeping up the wax off the floor. Wow,
like a normal 7-year-old would do.
Normal 7-year-old. You can't fold up mommy's towels for her. Like,
you can't wash the towels and put them in the hot water, in the washing machine. Do whatever.
So many other options she could have did without being investigated right now.
And I'm saying all of this here, waxing. I kind of know about waxing. I know.
Yeah,
about
you
it.
had a little details.
I'm just saying, I know details when it comes to wax, because I do get my eyebrows done.
Oh,
okay. I do get my eyebrows done because I'm going for a certain look.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
Okay. so I do have them done, but I know, and that's just my eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's my eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go to the Netherlands and you just say, I'm just going to learn how to do this? I don't care if it's 1 hair, 2 hairs, 50 hairs. you pull any hair in the Netherlands, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
The world will end. I will kick you in your throat. For something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't understand that. So adult customers, I'm mad at you.
Because you got your big ass up on that table and opened your legs for a little girl to come.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't get it.
What is going through your mind while you laying there letting this little girl?
Exactly. That's my problem.
I mean, how do you think in your mind that it's okay?
It's okay.
And how do you not report it? Who is the
right? Because the mother ended up actually telling on herself. It was not like anybody.
She was telling it like bragging. It was a flex. So
a whole flex. This was y'all on in Memphis.
There is so much of child labor laws. Number one, number two. Let's start there. You got a 7-year-old doing this, and number two, she's not even licensed.
Can't be.
You got to be licensed for this. Your establishment.
Yeah, the mama probably not either.
Yeah, see,
she said she passing out deeds and LLCs.
What she gonna be passing out?
She ain't forget your candles. I'm giving out generational wealth.
She's gonna be passing out a sentence.
There you go.
On this thing, she's gonna be passing out. What is it called? When she's gonna be passing out pink slips and all of that because her shop's gonna be closed.
Yeah.
So I don't.
This is screaming out wax in my house all day. She ain't got no shop. Then when I can't.
For real.
You're not doing this in no shop.
You think she's doing this in her house?
She got to. She got to be.
Okay, there's a picture. I just sent it to.
Oh, I got it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the one with the little girl, like right there.
And that's definitely a house.
That's a house. See, I told you.
Yeah, she got that burglar bar on there.
And who house you going to get waxed? It's so many things wrong with this. Don't say, girl, I got you. You know, I got my license and I'm waxing now. Okay. Where your shop at?
I need you.
Oh no, I'm doing it in the basement. Okay. When you get your shop, sis, I'm gonna be there. I'm not coming to your house.
When you come see me, I need you to knock 3 times on the window. And I need you to knock 3 times on the window. The code word is pootie tang.
You know, we not in Memphis too.
And this is
show up at the wrong door talking about I'm here to get waxed. They
gonna get waxed.
You
definitely gonna get waxed.
Yeah, I got something for you right here. Let me go ahead and give you that wax. Yep. That is a mess from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand why we as a people.
But you know why? If you read some of the comments, and that's why this is an ongoing problem, because you have too many people that are like, oh, y'all over sexualize everything. Bitch. There's no way that you should have a 7-year-old, 10-year-old. I don't care.
Nobody that's not old enough to get a license.
Exactly.
Doing that.
This is not good.
At all.
They are coming for her.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. I'll do a better job with your kids. This is not. Give me your kids. I'll take better care of them.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good.
Didn't age well.
Well,
man,
I can tell you this much. Just based on, I did not know that this was a thing. I guess. Yeah. Look at these comments. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good. Who would? And this is another thing as I drop my phone down. Who is allowing them to take pictures?
The mama.
The mama. I'm
sure she's proud. Let me look. Let y'all see my baby waxing.
The gloves don't even fit her hand.
This is not good. This is not good.
Mm-mm.
This is not good at all. And the person who's getting waxed, she just sitting there like
spread. Drop down and get your legal loan.
He said they give me a discount since she's doing it.
This is not good. And and this is how we're going to end Black History Month.
We still got days.
I need some Black history to come up and do something. I need my mind.
This is a leap year, right? So we got a couple more.
Yeah, we got a whole another week and a half. Y'all, we didn't discuss this either.
Yeah.
But y'all heard about the Dalton police cars about to be repossessed?
How the hell the police get that shit to?
What?
Because Tiffany out there ordering bags and stuff. She not taking care. She not paying the bills. She was like $76,000 behind. That's on the notes. They was like, you think we playing? We finna come get our cars.
That's crazy.
It wasn't until that time that they cut the check.
They were getting ready to hook the cars.
To repossess the police cars, as if Dalton needed any more bad press.
No. I cannot believe what's her name, Tiffany Hayward,
whatever.
Hayward,
Nino,
pretty much, yeah,
affectionately called Nino.
How are you going to let the state or whoever come and get the cars? Wait a minute, if I'm not mistaken, she paid for her own car.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tricked out Escalade or something like
something
that.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. Not it was, this car was almost $70,000 when it all was said and done. How do you get that? Pay for it in cash. Not even worrying about a note with that. But you're gonna let how many police cars? I don't know.
It was like the fleet.
The whole fleet. So
they must have just got new cars.
So Dalton's gonna be on their feet. Dalton cops are gonna be running to the scene.
Everything gonna be a foot chase.
Literally running out there to the scene.
Yeah, that was crazy when I saw that. But they were threatening to pull up and take their cars back.
She got these billboards all across the.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Like. But their meetings though, y'all thought downtown meetings, the Cook County with the aldermen and stuff was hot. No, to watch their village of Dalton meetings, you can pull them up on YouTube. They do everything but curse each other out.
Really?
Yeah.
The alderman there and the president, I guess.
The village, what do you call them? The board.
Yeah, the board.
One time, this guy, one of the heads, he was saying. He was talking to, I believe he was talking to Andrew Holmes. He's the activist out there. And he was like, you open this meeting praying for something. And he was like, don't pray for me no more. Because everything ain't nothing you said happened. I was like, what? They go off in the meetings. Yeah.
Wow. You know I got to watch it.
Yeah, see, so I'm going to. Tomorrow I'm recording doing a show tomorrow. I'm recording that, but as soon as that show is over with, I'm going to be checking in on YouTube and this and seeing what's going on there. I did not know that it was that kind of spite and that type of anger.
Oh yeah, they hate her because she's caused so much division and she's so underhanded and sneaky. She won't even turn over the budget records. For them to see what's being spent. The credit card statements, she's not turning them in. She's locked them out of their passwords and all that stuff have been locked them out of computer systems where they can go in and look at purchases and all that stuff. Yeah.
Hey, she reminds me of the principal on Abbott Elementary.
That must be her role model.
Right.
That is hilarious because I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I can see her doing something like that. That is
oh my goodness.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Although wait a minute, because I do remember if anybody wanted to run for mayor again, not for it's mayor, right?
Yeah.
For anyone who wanted to run for mayor against her, they would have to pay to do it. But it was some crazy amount of money that scared everyone off because it wasn't even a case. She brought this back up and she passed it. The committee did not pass it. She passed it. And so the committee is like, well, what are we doing here? If you're going to be you're going to just run renegade and you're just going to do what you want to do. She passed it. But anybody that wanted to run against her, because she has 2 seats.
Yeah.
Cook County is one, and then the Village of Dalton is the other.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to come run against her, you would have to pay, and I mean through the nose.
Yeah.
Paying to run against her.
I bet they raise that money up next time, next election.
Yeah, I bet
Village gonna be like, here, we got a little extra.
Yeah. we'll put this to you on the side. The police union,
right?
Somebody
is
going to come up against her and try to stop her. But yeah, that's just that. And yeah, you're right. She has all these campaign signs up. With her just in there and just doing all these things here.
And they talk about her security detail, how she has all the off-duty police officers like picking up food for her and, going to pick up other people and like all that type of
traveling to Vegas. Yeah. All of that. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So that's Dalton. That's Dalton.
It is.
Because who was running Dalton before the Shaw brothers? Who was the Shaw twin? One of the twins, Robert Shaw, I think it was.
I think so. I remember that name.
And they say that as bad as one Shaw was an alderman in Chicago, the other Shaw was the mayor of Dalton.
Okay.
So they had twin brothers. The mayor of Dalton, Shaw, when he was the mayor, he had that place on lock, so tight.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the Black Richard Daley.
Mm-hmm.
And he was running it in Dalton. When he passed away, all hell broke loose.
Okay.
And so this is how we got to this craziness right now.
That's how we got Cookie Land.
pretty much. Listen, this has been a fun day. Am I missing anything?
It has been a fun day. We didn't get to touch on a lot of stuff. Did we get all of the sponsors?
We did get all of the sponsors.
Okay.
And thank you for all of our sponsors, by the way. And I want to mention you all again by
one
name.
more time.
All of our sponsors today, which are, oh, wait a minute, I did miss one. Hold on a second.
Because I thought they were.
Wait a minute, I did. Compassion International. See, we're working hard over here. Y'all don't know. We are working hard over here.
Compassion.
Compassion International. We've all felt the impact of rising food prices. Yes, we have. For families in poverty, they're facing malnutrition and even death. You can feed a family for a month with just a $50 donation to Compassion International. Just text the word radio, 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 to 97646. Radio to 97646. And with a $50 donation to Compassion International, you can feed a family for a month. So why don't you do that today? Compassion International.
All right.
And that are all of our sponsors. Compassion International.
I have a quick question.
Thank you. ExpressPros.com. Thank you. Mattress Firm. Thank you. And the Illinois Department of Public Health. Thank you. Yes.
How do I sign up to get on the Compassion International list? I need $50 a month.
Wow.
You need $50?
Yes.
You need somebody to donate $50
I need,
to you?
if we $50 a month? Come on now.
You know what $50 a month would
And
do?
where do they shop at? Because where are they getting them deals? Because I don't see them down at the Walmart or
At the Walmart.
at the Walmart, at the Fair Play. I'm not seeing those deals.
Well, you know what? We're going to ask Compassion International on another day.
Okay.
Offline. And
are they taking new members?
Are you open for new people?
Enrollees.
Can you get us for a sponsor?
Oh my God.
Because $50 don't do much for me.
I want to see what they do.
You're gonna be getting a whole lot for $50. You're gonna be getting rice. You're gonna be getting potatoes.
Can make some good.
Remember back in the day?
Back
in the day when they had the survivors meal at Moo and Oink or what?
Yeah, the survival package.
Yeah. Survivors package. That's what you get. That's what you will get. We need to bring that back.
We did. One Stop still got those, by the way.
Do they?
Yes.
We need to go to One Stop then.
I didn't know that. I didn't know anybody.
You get the greens, you get the potatoes, you get the vegetables, you get
greens, beans. Yeah. No, you get you get they got a breakfast package where you get so many pounds of bacon, sausage, like a carton of eggs, some bread.
I was literally just talking to my mom about that because we don't have
places like that anymore.
I didn't know that.
They got a barbecue package in the summertime where you get like so many wings, so much chicken. Like that. I'm telling you,
this is what we need to do.
Yeah,
we need to do. We need to get Survivor. Let's do that. We need a Survivor. I need a Survivor.
Compassionate International. Can you add us a survival package?
Show some compassion.
Show some compassion to Compassion International.
Yes.
Today, and then see if you can get sponsored, or see if you can get us sponsored.
Right.
Do that for us. So thank you to our sponsors today. The last thing we're going to talk about, and I'm going to talk about this briefly, is the reasons as to why I am no longer working where I worked.
Come on now. It's time to tell your story.
Yeah, we've been on here for almost an hour. I wish I could have that much time to tell this story. But I can say this. I was banned from saying anything for a year. I have not worked in radio for a year because my contract had a non-compete. It also had a non-disclosure. I could not say anything, do anything, look at another radio station. Hell, I couldn't even listen to another radio station. But at the end of the day, all I can say is, I guess my criminal record kind of got in the way.
Okay.
And not that I am a criminal now, but maybe 22 years ago I was. But it's funny how I was able to do everything for a station, and I was not campaigning for a spot. Right. I did not ask to be their program director.
Right.
I was asked to be the program director. But it's funny how I could do that job. I was asked to do the job and give a salary to do that job. But then once my criminal record came out, somebody kind of leaked it. And everybody got nervous, and then they said, "Well, we can no longer have you as not only as our program director, but as our employee." And we need you right now, Mr. Randall, to give us your key cards and your keys and all of the codes, and we just need you to exit out the building and not come back. And I know that's how radio works sometimes, but I was in a position where I worked my ass off to get this. And although I did something, I made some bad choices and I did some terrible mistakes in my life when I was younger.
22 years ago.
Yeah, I am no longer that person. And based on that, that person who you think I am went ahead and got not 1 degree, but 2 degrees that stand on the wall over here.
Come on.
That person was able to go and change radio for a lot of stations that I've been at, and was on the verge of doing the same thing for the station that I was at. So, but that's how the business works, I guess. Did I have fun there? Absolutely. Did I feel like I was treated unjustly? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this thing went on at the same time where Amy and TJ was fired from Good Morning America. And when they came back, and they came back with a podcast, and they've been burning it up since.
Burning it up.
And they've been talking about their history and their time being away, and the amount of people who distanced themselves from them doing the whole project. I can say the same thing. I've had people who called me, have texted me, but I've also had people that I have yet to hear from to this day. And that's the part that hurt.
Yeah.
Because you think that for all that I do for you to make you a better person and a host for your show, that you would understand, or at least not necessarily understand, but just see it from my side.
Yeah.
But they distanced themselves pretty quick. And so that's what happened. Now, as I was telling Steve a couple of weeks ago, or last week it was, I think, there was a time during this whole year that I fell out of love with radio. That I thought that I was pretty much going to be done with it. And it was, and I told Latasha this, that I thought that, I might have to go into something else. And it's a shame because you spend all of your time, money, resources, and student loans into this thing that people say that you cannot do. And then in December, when I broke the studio down over there and I took everything away out of that room, it was at that time I let it stay out there for the Christmas break. I didn't even look at it. I didn't even touch it, nothing. It wasn't until January the 1st that I looked at it and said, I gotta plug things back in. And I gotta plug myself back in.
That's the part.
And I gotta get myself back into this thing. And so I started to put it all back together and bring it over here into the larger room. And I started listening to radio again. Because I completely turned it off.
Okay.
I wouldn't listen to it. There was only one station I would listen to during the day, and it was not the station that I was on.
Right.
But I will say this. When they let me go, they let the favor of God go.
For them.
Mm-hmm. Because as soon as I left, they got hacked. Their studio was under control of somebody else. They could not play anything on that radio station, commercials, nothing. There was nothing they could do. And they were calling me, wanting me to help them. And I was like, yeah, I'll help you, but my rate.
Exactly.
Right.
Is going to be this. And as soon as I left, all hell breaks loose. I was just on the phone with one of my best friends over there at the radio station, Rufus Williams, and he would tell me how bad it is. Not was, is there now. And how I was just talking to him, and he was like, "Delvin, are you through being my program director?" I'm like, Rufus, I see your show like this. Now you don't need to do this, and I think you need to include this person. And why is Brandon Johnson not on your show? Why is he on the afternoon show? Why is he not on the morning show?
Right.
You need to grab him. You need to get him. Call this person here. And he's like, "Are you through being my program director?" And I guess it's old habit. I guess
it's just in you.
It's just in me.
Yeah.
But it was at that moment I told Rufus that I was ready to get back in radio again. Good. Because I cannot allow Midway Broadcasting to take from me the very thing that I worked so hard for.
Exactly.
And it's for that reason, I will again be back on radio, hopefully soon.
Okay.
And I cannot say anything more on this public forum.
Right.
As to why I'm not and where I hopefully will land. But that's
you heard it here first, folks.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
This is Surviving the Spans.
He said the name.
This is Surviving.
Tell your story, bro.
This is Surviving the Spans. This episode of Surviving the Spans has been brought to you by the Eleanor.
I'm sure you're gonna have many guests want to come on and tell their story as well.
Listen, and shout out to one of my best friends, Kimberly Agoin, who was a host during the afternoon show, ran for alderman. She lost the race, but she is a promising voice in the city of Chicago. And I have invited Kimberly. To come and do a podcast here.
Okay.
And to do it for free. Do it for free. I don't care. I said it. I asked her to come here and do it for free because I had a dream about her for 3 days. I told Latasha that I was like, you need to call her. And I called her, picked up the phone, called her, told her, when you're ready, I want to do this for you. And I want to do it for free. You have complete access to this place, a podcast a week. You want to do it every week, you come in here and do it for free.
You can do that when you're the boss.
When you're the boss, I guess you can do that. Am I the boss? I think because Latasha said go ahead and call her, she's actually the boss. I'm not going to say it out loud, but I think she's the boss. But for Kimberly to come in because she has heft, she has a voice, and people listen to her. What she says, it is dynamically put together. And I do not want that voice to be lost in the city of Chicago. There are people who have been on WVON. Yes, I said that station name too. Who've been on that station, who are no longer there, and you no longer hear from them
ever.
Let's talk about that. Let's call the roll real quick. Maze Jackson, no longer there, no longer doing radio in Chicago. I can say Kimberly Agon. She ran for office. She came back. She did a show there. People were like, "Oh my God, you're back. We love you. We love you." But she came back and did it for that one time. Samantha Thomas, love her to death.
Samantha, where?
Samantha, by the way, Samantha got married over the week.
Oh,
the beginning of the month.
Congratulations.
Her and Luther, thank you for being a part of my life. She got married, but her and me, we started this whole mess. At WVON. And we did a show just like this. It was her show. I just came in to bring in comedic relief and everything and have her somebody to talk to and everything. But when we talked, we just had a good energy, a great vibe.
Okay.
And she and I did the evening show there. Oh, it was great radio. We had a whole bunch of fun and drove Melody Span nuts. Drove her crazy the way we were doing the show, because it was not like regular radio. We didn't talk about politics. We didn't talk about the city hall. We didn't talk about none of the things. We talked about relationships. We talked about cultural issues. We talked about things that were trending, stuff that they did not talk about there at Sleepy Time Radio. We didn't do that. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
You said it a little bit.
I meant to say Shady Acres. I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud again?
That's what I've been waiting on.
I did not want to come on here and start saying these things. So we need to end this show.
We here now.
But Samantha Thomas, that's another person. Love her to death.
Yeah.
And you don't hear from her, but no. Samantha started her own company. Now she's doing her own consulting now.
That's good.
So that's that. I'm so happy for her. But again, we are not giving Midway Broadcasting the energy to say we're going to cancel you out and you're going to no longer be heard and be no longer relevant. We're not going to be that type of people. I'm not going to be that type of people.
Right.
So that's it in a nutshell. Anybody, if you got any comments to me, be sure to email me. Let me know how you feel.
Yeah.
I'm only going to give this email address one time.
Oh, they ready to write it down.
And it's right there on your screen right now. dr@thegeniusmediagroup.com. Make sure you send me your comments. And for the person who feels as if they want to leak something, sorry. I will be so critical of myself before I allow anybody to be critical of me.
Right.
Okay. I will always be ahead of you in some form. I slipped a little bit and let them get the power.
You got it back now.
But I got it back now.
Period.
So yeah. So where is my contract, by the way? I thought I was gonna have. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves real quick. I'm gonna get my contract because this is the part where I gotta tear it up. It's in here somewhere. Hold on a second. It's over here somewhere.
He done got started and can't stop.
Rare form.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's over here somewhere. I wanted to do this because it's here. Oh, I know where it is. Hold on one second. I got it.
I ain't never seen him this giddy.
He is too turned up, and that's fine. It's like 12 years a slave when you get free.
You got your exactly.
Please, you doing and saying everything you ever thought you wanted to.
I got it. Okay, listen. Next. Okay, as I have a seat, get back on camera here.
We're gonna do the the ribbon.
We're gonna have to have
The
a
ribbon
party.
ceremony the next time.
Next
To
time
be continued.
on Unmuted the Podcast.
We're gonna have to kick the show off with.
Yeah.
Next time on Unmuted the Podcast, we're going to literally tear up my confidentiality agreement and my independent contractor contract.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to tear that up so I can be literally free from midway. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for now, you guys.
Until next time.
Until next time, same bad time, same bad channel.
Hey.
You would think that we would know what we're doing, but we don't. This is Unmuted the Podcast. And again, I'm Delvin for Miss Lisa J. And for Big Sir, Mr. Stephen Stanley right there.
He's about to get the whole government.
Yes, I was. I'm Delvin. Good night from Genius Audio, which was birthed because of this entire thing that went on.
Yes.
We'll talk about that some much.
And for that, we're grateful.
Very, very much.
Yeah, because it gives us a chance to get together and talk about all the foolishness that that we see out there in the world. And we'll be back again for another thrilling episode of Unmuted the Podcast, y'all. We'll see you next time. I'm Delvin for Lisa J and Big Sir. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.